Hello, I am a self-advocacy coordinator and a board member for the National Adoption Society. I am also an individual with a mental disability. I have tips for students with professionals in the healthcare field, including speech, language pathology, occupational therapy, physical therapy, and social work. These tips will enhance your ability to communicate with individuals with mental disabilities. When we visit healthcare professionals, it is important to understand that we are people and we have ways of communicating. Some individuals simply need more time to process language and speech. Others use instruments such as voice synthesizers, and some rely on interpreters to be understood. Regardless of the method, we can express ourselves, and many of us are interested in participating in making decisions about our care. Before we talk about specific strategies for communicating with individuals with mental disabilities, let's take a look at this video, taking note of the way the occupational therapist interacts with me.
Good afternoon, Mitchell. My name's Janice. Oh, okay.
I mentioned nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Thank you for joining us today, Mrs. Jones. Please take a seat.
Thanks for having us.
I'm a therapist here at the Mar Group Home, and I'm going to be working with Mitchell during his transition from your home into our apartment. Mitchell, do you have any concerns about moving in? Do you have any concerns?
No, I do not have any concerns.
You are so brave moving out on your own. Aren't you excited, sweetie?
Yes, I am excited to live on my own.
And we're excited to have you. So how about you, Mrs. Jones? What are your biggest concerns about Mitchell leaving home?
His safety. I'm scared about him taking care of himself and making friends. I have always been the one to make sure that he is getting the care that he needs.
Well, it may be comforting to know that all of my Downs consumers are very happy here. And in regards to your concerns about his self-care and independence, Mitchell and I will be working on ADLs, autonomy, functional occupational skills. How does that sound, Mitchell?
So that sounds good to me. I'm very excited.
Great.
What do you notice about the way the occupational therapist communicated with me? You may have noticed some differences in the way the occupational therapist communicated with me in the second video. Please take a moment to pause the video and discuss what you observed.
Let's discuss some areas of communication that could have used improvement. When Mitchell entered the office, I assumed it was all right to shake his hand without any knowledge of his sensory profile. In many instances, I addressed Mitchell's mother instead of speaking directly to him. When Mitchell seemed to not understand my question, I spoke loudly and slowly instead of rephrasing or asking an open-ended question. At times, my tone of voice was not age-appropriate. Also, it was inappropriate to use terms of endearment with a person I do not have a relationship with. I used medical jargon, assuming that Mitchell and his mother were aware of the meanings. When talking about the group home, I did not use people-first language when I said my Downs consumers, and I made a generalization that Mitchell would enjoy the group home based on the experience of others. Let's take a look at how the communication in this session could have been improved. Good afternoon, Mitchell. My name's Janice.
Hello.
Would it be all right if I shook your hand?
I don't like to shake hands.
Okay, I understand. And thank you for joining us today, Mrs. Jones. So why don't we all take a seat? I'm a therapist here at the Mar Hall Group Home. So Mitchell, can you tell us why we're here today?
Reason why we got like to move into the March home.
So this will be your first time living away from home. How do you feel about moving in with us?
Well, my mom is scared of moving into the home.
Well, moving's a big change for everyone. I wonder if Mom's the only one who's scared. Does anything about the move scare you?
Well, I'm not that scared of moving in.
So you're not feeling scared about the move, but it will be a big change. Are there any changes that you're worried about?
I'm worried about the room that we are moving into.
Well, we can take a look at the room after this meeting. Some of the guys like to bring things from home to decorate the room with. Is there anything else that you think may change?
Can I still have a pizza on Friday?
Well, we don't have pizza every Friday, but we do like to order it sometimes. How does that sound?
That sounds good to me.
So we've talked about some of the changes that will happen. Would it be okay to ask Mom about some of her concerns?
Okay.
His safety. I'm concerned about him with making friends and taking care of himself. I've always been the one to care for him.
Mom, trust me, everything will be okay. You may have noticed some differences in the way the occupational therapist communicated with me in the second video. Please take a moment to pause the video and discuss what you observed.
In the second video, more effective communication strategies were shown. Respectful and age-appropriate language should be used when speaking with individuals with developmental disabilities. Permission should be requested before addressing a person's caregiver. Clinicians should not make generalizations based on a person's disability. Instead, treatment should be individualized to meet the needs of the client. Always offer options rather than asking yes/no questions to ensure the listener's comprehension. Offering options also encourages self-determination, enabling a client to make treatment decisions for him or herself. Clinicians should respect a person's personal space and communicative preferences. Finally, be sure to use appropriate speech rate and avoid professional jargon. We hope you have found this video informative and beneficial to improving your future communication skills when working with individuals with developmental disabilities.